Welcome back to another video. If you guys are new here, my name is Natalie Matthews. I'm an IFBB professional athlete in the sport of bodybuilding. I've been a vegan for 10 years, and in this channel, I love sharing my journey to the stage, whether it is I'm in season or in off season. I love sharing high protein, fit vegan recipes and meal prep ideas to inspire you to adopt a more compassionate, healthy, fit lifestyle. In today's video, I am sharing my vegan high protein full day of eating, and I'm going to talk to you guys about what I've been up to since my last show, my reverse diet, my big move to Florida, and plans moving forward. Before we get into all of that, let's get started with breakfast. So for breakfast, I am going to be having some of my protein bagels from my cookbook. Each of these has 31 grams of protein. So I made a double batch, but I didn't add any of the spices like the garlic seasoning or the onion powder, so I could switch out the toppings. So I made 2 sweet ones with agave and a ton of cinnamon. When you break into them, you could see like the cinnamon swirl. So yummy. I made a plain one, added a sesame bun one. This one's the everything but the bagel seasoning, a poppy seed one. And these have 31 grams of protein, 24 grams of carb, and 3 of fat. They're very filling, very thick, but they're awesome with like some avocado or some jam and nut butter. I love them, so I made a double batch. So I'm having the everything bagel. What do you want, George?
Everything.
All right, he had to copy me. I'm gonna put avocado on mine. What do you want on yours?
Avocado.
Guys, we're in Florida, so we're getting like fresh produce, good stuff. I can have access to like Puerto Rican food again and fresh food. I made some watermelon juice last night, and this is just blend up watermelon with lime juice. Let me toast these before I put avocado. I'm gonna make mine though. Here it is, all assembled, and now I'm just gonna dig in.
Oh.
I made a mess. Well, that was glorious. You guys have to try that recipe. It's on my cookbook. And now I'm just finishing my watermelon juice. But as you guys could see, we're in a new setup. We are in Florida. Since the last video, we moved from California to Florida. And I'm just so happy to be back here. We were actually stationed here, what was it, like 10 years ago. We were here for 3 years in Jacksonville, Florida. Now we're in Fort Lauderdale. And we've been here for 2 weeks, and it's been amazing. So as you guys can see, there's a little new setup. Let me know in the comment section if you guys want to see a house tour on the next video. All right, so now we're making a make ahead dessert slash snack for later today. It's basically kind of like my take on a high protein trail mix, but chocolate bar. Does that make sense? So I'm having a dark chocolate base, and I'm gonna have George make a white chocolate base. So you can measure out here 25 grams of chocolate. And I already pre-lined these little containers that I'm gonna put in the fridge. And this is just melted dark chocolate from Back to Human, or Get Back to Human? Yeah, Get Back to Human, the Hue. And I love it because it has no sugar added. And then what I do is just like, it's just a thin layer. And then you put whatever toppings you want. So for me to make it like high protein, I'm gonna use crunchy faba beans, and George is gonna use crunchy edamame beans. And then you can start melting this at 30-second intervals. I'm gonna add to mine mulberries, probably like 10 grams of mulberries. And then I'm using these crunchy faba beans. So 1 whole serving of these is 8 grams of protein. Let me see. All right, start moving that with this. And these are roasted fava beans. They are so good. Okay, that's good. So if you get this, that's perfect. And if you want it a little bit runny, you can add just a little bit of coconut oil, and I'll help it get really nice and smooth. So you might want to add just a little bit of coconut oil, not a lot. And then I think I'm gonna add put this in the fridge and it'll be like this really nice, crunchy protein chocolate bark, basically. Let's make George. How are you doing over there?
I think I'm good.
You good?
These macros here.
No. First go. Here, you do it.
Okay.
Just put it in there.
Just putting it in here.
And then he's going to do black edamame. It's the same as regular edamame. This is just the one that I found. This one's 11 grams of protein per serving. We're using about half a serving. Now spread it all out like a nice thin bark. And obviously you can use more chocolate, but you know, I think this is like the perfect amount for like a sweet treat without overdoing it. You're going to put about 15 grams of this, and then you pick your toppings. Spread it all out. What do you want on it? You can put raisins, you can put what I put, pumpkin seeds, granola.
Some mulberries. Not too much here.
Just make sure that you like, what do you say it? Jam it in there.
Jam it in there.
So it gets stuck to the chocolate.
You're gonna want to really jam it in. Pumpkin
seeds. And then
seeds.
0 to scale again. We track macros here. Now keep jamming it in there.
I feel like my chocolate to stuff ratio isn't quite there.
You know what? The beauty of this is that you can make it however you want. Do you want to do like a dark chocolate drizzle? George has a shit ton of macros, so.
I'm not going to waste my time with any of this other stuff.
You don't want any of that? Do you want granola?
Yeah, let's do a little granola.
Alright. What I'll do is I'll melt more dark chocolate to drizzle on top and like get it all to stick together.
Show the YouTubes.
Yeah, we gotta show it. This is his. Get your face so out of the way so it tracks. It focuses. That's his. I think he's still focusing on me.
You get the idea.
Yeah, you get the idea. We'll do a close-up shot. Alright. So, how about, let's do 15 grams?
15 grams.
I think I'm going to put a little sea salt or Himalayan pink salt on mine. Because I feel like chocolate just needs that, you know? This is the chocolate that I'm using, the dark one. This one's really good. It melts really nice. And then this one, I can't remember the brand, but I get it on Amazon, is the best vegan white chocolate. I'll link it in the description box below. I've tried many vegan white chocolates and they're just not great. But this one is good. So just kind of like scoop it and drizzle it.
We're going to scoop it and drizzle it.
Yeah. You got this. Oh, okay. It's more like a dump, but we're doing good. Scoop it with the spoon. Don't drizzle it from the cup.
Okay.
Yeah, and then get the spoon out. There you go. Just drizzle. Oh, okay. That's pretty. Do you want a little bit of salt?
Yeah, let's do a little bit of salt.
More like a little glub. All right, so these go in the fridge, and then this will be our little dessert for later. But that's it. Usually, like for the holidays, I'll take the white one, and I'll do kind of like a cranberry pecan, like holiday bark, and you can give that out for like family and friends. This is like super easy, but yeah, it's like a trail mix bark, if that makes sense. I don't know. Super yummy. All right, we're gonna cover these, put them in the fridge. Look at George's masterpiece. Check it out.
Check it out.
So I'm getting ready to go to a physical therapy appointment. Your girl is broken again. I'll explain more later. But before I do, I need a snack. So I'm doing a Kite Hill Greek style protein yogurt, and it's pretty tart, but I love it. It takes me back to like my childhood where I used to like be obsessed with yogurt. But to sweeten it, I just put a little bit of this stevia extract, which is from Trader Joe's, and literally it's just stevia, nothing else. All you need is that much. It's just a little bit. And I'm gonna top it with some sprouted granola and some frozen berries. So I just got back home from PT and it was a workout, so I worked up an appetite. And I went with my go-to oil-free fried rice that takes no time to make. It's just steamed rice, steamed veggies, literally frozen veggies that I steamed, and then some tofu. But today I'm using the soy-free tofu from Big Mountain. I found it at Sprouts Market. It's been around for a while, but I didn't want to try it during prep because check out these macros. They look too good to be true. And usually when things look too good to be true, they are. But, you know, I'm not competing anymore, so we're giving it a try today. And yeah, this recipe is also on my cookbook and on this channel as well. I'll link the video on the step-by-step on how I make these, but we're gonna dig in. Today we also added some furikake seasoning, and George is having double the rice because he has some gains to make, and he will have his with some extra seaweed on the side. So good. All right, so really good. I think it's a great alternative for people that don't like or can't have soy. This is made from lupini beans. I really enjoyed it. You can use it just like regular tofu. George has been having it for a while. How do you like it?
Pretty good. I can't tell the difference.
I can. I feel like the texture is just slightly crumbly, but yeah, great alternative. Highly recommend. Don't you feel like in this whole entire vlog we look like the people from Top Gun, just like sweaty all the time? Like, I feel like we're gonna have this permanent sheen in the vlogs now.
It's hot down here.
It's hot, but we're not complaining. This is amazing. This is all that we ever wanted, was to feel the heat. And look at his tan. He's darker. My white husband is darker than me.
Been bronzing.
I'm embarrassed. So I told you guys I would talk about why I'm going to PT. The reason is I'm hurt again. I have a few pinched nerves in my lower back, and it got really bad for a while. It happened right after my last competition. And I don't know, I feel like every single time that I get an increase in food after a show, I just feel like Hulk just pushed away, because I feel so energetic and good when I get those increases that I was a little sloppy with my form and kind of dumb. I ego lifted. I try to like do a PR that I was doing before my competitions, and that wasn't smart when my body was at such a depleted state. So I hurt my back, and now I'm doing PT. So we're here again. I feel like this is like 2020 all over again when I hurt my shoulder right after my show. And it tends to happen to me a lot too, because I'm hyper flexible, so I tend to just be prone to injury if I'm not super aware of my form and technique. Lesson learned again, but I found an amazing sports therapist here, and I've been feeling so much better. But I did had to decrease my training volume quite a bit, so I'm only training 3 to 4 times a week and just going in with no plan, just literally doing what feels good, what doesn't cause pain, and getting out of the gym, and that's it. A little cardio here and there just to kind of maintain where I'm at, but nothing crazy. And I didn't realize how much my body needed this rest time, so I feel like it's a blessing in disguise. Like, everything happens for a reason, but yeah, that's where we're at right now. So I just did a little bit of cardio downstairs in the elliptical just to get some steps in. It's my rest day, so I just want to get some movement, but it's time for a snack. We're making Ninja Creamy protein ice cream, and I actually made a whole video on like macro-friendly, high-protein Ninja Creamy recipes. I'm going to put it up here, so go and check it out if you haven't already. So today's flavor is banana and s'mores chocolate ice cream. So good. So in here I have 1 banana. I have a scoop of the new Live Vegan s'mores protein powder. This one is so good. So I have some of that. 1 cup of almond milk, and then a little bit of cocoa powder to get it super chocolatey, and that's it. I feel like the banana makes it even more creamy, and it's so good. So I'm just gonna let this sit out and then pop it in the Ninja Creamy to get it all good and creamy. So good. Nope. So, this is my lupini bean seitan that I always make on the channel. But this time, instead of completely baking it, I actually put it in a pot with water and boiled it for about 30 minutes. And it changed the texture completely. And then after I boiled for 30 minutes, I put it in the oven to finish off cooking and just get a little bit more golden on the outside. I put it for another 30 minutes in the oven, flipped it halfway. Look at this texture. It just looks amazing. It's kind of like a pulled pork consistency, and yeah, it just kind of shows you how many different variations you can do with this seitan. So I've been having a lot of fun testing different ways to make it, and we're gonna make today Caesar salad. So I'm making some of this, and we have some romaine lettuce. I'm making my own sourdough croutons, and gonna pop these in the air fryer to get them a little bit more crispy. So I'm also making some tostones, which is just fried plantains, but we're gonna make them in the air fryer. So first you have to air fry these chunks at like 350 for 8 minutes. So just like this. And then to make them into tostones, what I like to do is put them in between 2 parchment paper once they're like cooked halfway, and I'm gonna smash it. And that's it. We're gonna spray these, put some salt, and then finish them off in the air fryer until they get super nice and crispy. And this is like a traditional Puerto Rican dish. People in my island eat them with like mayo and ketchup. And I have tons of recipes on my Puerto Vegan cookbook that are from Puerto Rico. If you guys want to check them out, I'll link that in the description box below. And you can use onion salt or garlic salt, and then air fry them for the rest of the time for about 8 minutes at 400. Flip it halfway. So good. And the seitan came out amazing. Jorge, dinner's ready. So good. Okay. How is it?
It's really good.
I love Caesar salad. It's like my favorite thing. If I go to a restaurant and you have Caesar salad on the menu, I'm gonna order it and I'll judge it. The tostones, check them out. It's like you're in Puerto Rico. All right, that's dinner. And then we have our little snack, like our little chocolate snack that we made earlier, post dinner. And then we need to get into some tea. Okay, mine turned out really good. So this is my little bark. Oh, his turns out really good, actually.
I'm a better chef.
Whoa. With the white chocolate and the dark chocolate on top. All right. Are you gonna eat it? Mmm. It's so good. Really nice, yummy, sweet protein treat. Mmm. Really good. So let's talk about my reverse diet and how that all went down. So first of all, what is a reverse diet? Because I know I'm going to get that question. So a reverse diet is the process of increasing calories slowly over time to get back to a healthy body fat range, or to get to a maintenance phase or a building phase, depending on what your personal goals are. After doing like this long prep and this long season, the goal for me is to get back to a healthy body fat range so I can be optimal and start building muscle and all of that, and feel good, not food focused, and get my calories to a good point. However, this is the first time ever in the history of forever of my bodybuilding career that my starting calories were so high. So as you guys know, if you've been following the prep journey, I started my reverse diet in the middle of my show competition season. So towards the end of my season, I was eating 2,600 calories just to maintain my body weight, because something happens to the body when you're stage lean, and not to everybody, but to some people. And it has happened to me a few times. When I slowly start increasing calories over time, my metabolism ramps up like no other, and it's hard to keep up with. So we were throwing food and it wasn't sticking, you know? So it took a lot of food for me to like maintain that conditioning, which has never happened to me. That's why you can't compare any journey to anyone, not even yourself, because every prep and every reverse is different. So my starting point was amazing. I wasn't food focus. I was hungry. This is the weird thing. I was hungry, but not starving. And again, the metabolism is just ramped up. So even though I'm eating so many calories, I wasn't feeling satiated, which is very mentally tough. And then you see your body change completely to the opposite end of things. Like you watch your body transform and get super lean and stage ready, crazy shreds and all of that. And then now you're seeing it fade away, filling out. And it's mentally challenging for a physique competitor to look at this and be like, oh, I'm cool with this, you know? So I had my minor freak out moment right after my show because my cardio got decreased to just 10 minutes of cardio. So I did see like a big, not a big, I would say like a 3-pound increase that first week. And I was like, oh my gosh, I ruined all my progress. I ruined this reverse. What's going on? But I know better. It was food volume, it was water, it was glycogen from, you know, all the carbs that I was intaking. But it's hard. It's hard as a competitor. So I did have my minor freak out moment, but I snapped out of it immediately. My coach gave me my little pep talk. That's why it's so important to have a coach. And yeah, she helped me navigate that mental battle that as a competitor we face through when we're going from prep to off season or to improvement season. And I feel like that transition period is the hardest one on a competitor. Right after, I was like, you know what? Let's keep going, but let's decrease a little bit because my belly was hurting after pushing that amount of calories for a while. So we tapered down to 2,300 calories and I was maintaining my body weight there just fine. So yeah, I did the 2,600 calories for a little bit until I got to 6 pounds above my stage weight. And then I've been eating 2,300 calories to just maintain that. And I really love my body composition where it's at. I feel like 2,300 calories is perfect for my digestion. Personally, 26 hurt so much. I was constantly bloated and yeah, it hurts because I was trying to do it all whole foods and, you know, trying to do it as clean as possible. I really wanted to conquer this reverse and I'm so proud that I did because it's the first time that I gave myself an A+ in a reverse diet. And yeah, it was amazing. So I'm in a really good spot right now, but I recently had to decrease my calories just slightly. So right now I am eating at a range. So anywhere from 2,000 to 2,200 calories. Just because I'm injured, my training volume has decreased so much that I am not moving as much. So I don't need as many calories to maintain my body weight. So that just goes to show you that even though you hit your maintenance calories, it's not a number that you hit and you stay there forever. You kind of have to chase it based on what you're doing. So it's a constant variable, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's where I'm at with my reverse. I'm really proud of it. As you guys know, if you've been following me since 2017, I had reverse where I was like so on point, and then I had reverse where I completely failed. I didn't even like try, you know? And this has been something that I really wanted to work on, and 2020 went really well. I gave myself a B+ on that reverse diet, and this time around, I just feel like I finally conquer that transition, and I'm so proud of myself. And it took me a while. It took me 7 years of doing this in order to finally like feel like I conquer it. That's my little update on my reverse diet. So the next topic that I wanted to cover is, will I compete at the Ben Weider in November? And the answer to that is I will not. And it's kind of bittersweet. And you might be thinking, well, for obvious reasons, you're injured. And actually, is not for obvious reasons. I made my decision way before I got injured mentally. I'm not there to do another prep this soon, and that's okay. And at first I felt guilty because I shared with you how excited I was to do this November show and all of that, and I was like, you know what, if my mindset is not there, I can't go through with this because my personal best will not show. And then getting hurt kind of solidified my decision because I haven't been able to make any improvements to bring an improved physique to November. So my decision is to just wrap up my season here. Honestly, I feel at peace, guys, because I'm really happy with how the season went. And even though I didn't place the way that I would love to place, it was one of the best seasons ever. I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish, which was bring my best to that stage, bring my personal best, bring an improved Natalie to the stage, something that I was proud of. And I'm super proud with what I brought. And I could not be thrilled. It was literally a dream prep, a dream reverse. So I don't want to sacrifice like all the work that went in to get to this point right now. My focus right now is on my health. That's my priority number one. We're in beautiful Florida, and I want to enjoy this time with my husband and not have any timelines for once. So that's kind of like where my headspace is at, to be completely honest. Another reason I've been discussing with a lot of fellow competitors, fellow IFBB pros, and it is like they're rewarding a more muscular physique, and that's completely fine. I admire all those girls at the top, and it was a true honor to share the stage with them. But I personally, I am so happy with where my muscle mass is at right now. Like, I love the way that I look, and I love how much muscle I have, but the judges want more from me. And at the end of the day, I have to be okay and happy with the body that I have. And I don't want to keep modifying it and growing for a division that I don't really want to look like anymore. And that's where it comes down to. So will this be my last season? Absolutely not. I love competing way too much. And I'm just going to say see you later with no timeline. So last time we put 2 years, 2 years to improve and we'll be back. This time around, I don't want to do that. Like, I want to just live in this body for a little bit. I want to live in this body with no timelines and enjoy my life. For 7 years, I've tracked every little macro. I tracked every single workout, and I cannot be fully present, if that makes sense, with other things that I want to do, other things that I want to pursue, if I know that I have a timeline. If I say like, okay, let's take another 2-year off season, I don't chill. I'm executing the plan. I am tracking everything. I am going to have that stress put on me. And a big thing to note is that I don't need a stage to be a bodybuilder. This has become my lifestyle. I love training, and I love cooking and doing the meal preps and all of that. And I love sharing that journey with you. So I'm going to continue doing that here. Cannot wait to try new sports, do other things in fitness that I've been wanting to do, but I have put on pause because of competing. And that's fine, because that served its purpose. But now I'm in this place where, yeah, I'm in Florida again, and I would love to go to Puerto Rico and do surfing again. Like, I used to be a competitive surfer, and I don't do that as frequently when I'm in competition prep to avoid injuries or overtraining. So I'm really excited to do surfing again, do a little bit of CrossFit, be more of a hybrid athlete, and just enjoy life in that way. So I hope you guys understand, and I'm bringing you every single step of the way. Here on YouTube, I'm here to stay. I will be giving out the regular content that you guys know and love, and if there's anything else that you guys want to see from me, please leave it in the comment section down below. Just want to thank every single one of you for tuning in for my prep diaries, for season 5 of the prep diaries. Literally, we started this channel with this diaries. It's grown so much to something like that I've never imagined in my wildest dreams. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because I wouldn't have been able to do this without you, without your support, without you cheering me every single step of the way. So I'm really excited for this new chapter, and I know I want to pursue YouTube more consistently and bring you guys valuable content. So like I said, let me know what you want to see from me. Thank you so much for tuning in to the prep series, and this is the season finale, and I promise I'll bring it back, and when I decide to step on stage again, you guys will be the first ones to know. So if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, like this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.